Ready?
Okay. 응답하라 여친.
Go to the N to the 실.
박 to the 경 to the 주. Why can't I? Whatever. It's all good. It's all depends on the flavor of the day, mood of the hour.
That's right.
But we are excited today because we are watching Singles Inferno season 3.
It's been so fun. So much better than the last 2 seasons.
Yes. And after the snooze fest that was Love After Divorce, we are ready for some young blood.
Some spice.
I hate to say that because we're of the Love After Divorce age, but
although I told you I was surprised that some of these Singles Inferno cast members are closer to my age.
Yeah. Kwani is 36.
Yeah. I think there's another guy that's 36, or maybe it was just Kwani. I'm not sure.
Kwani is the oldest, it seems like. Yeah. But the other dudes are all in their 30s.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's only 24. Did you see that?
That's 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I didn't get there yet.
Oh, that's right. I know you were supposed to get caught up, but I finally got caught up. And you're pretty much caught up.
Yeah,
you're up to episode 5, and you fell asleep.
We didn't fall asleep. We were hitting that. We better go to sleep now. Or else it's gonna be really tough to wake up.
Oh, okay. So you didn't fall asleep.
We watched all 4, and then we watched like a quarter of episode 5, and then we're like, okay, we gotta wrap it up.
You did the responsible thing. That's impressive.
Plus,
because
I can reserve some to watch tonight.
Yes.
I'm excited.
So, who is your favorite guy?
My favorite guy. I think I like Mingyu, who is the Coast Guard.
Yes.
He's
hot.
Body. Yes.
Wow. I never saw myself as someone that's like body impressed, but those broad shoulders, wow.
Yeah,
like
very good proportions.
Makes you feel protected. And then when he's not only just like a cop, he's rescue in the waters. I was like, oh,
because cop I would have been like, oh.
Yeah, I was like,
Coast Guard.
Yeah, he was like,
I mean, he's going on rescue.
Yeah, I was like, you're saving lives.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think I like Minu, who is kind of that introverted guy.
He's 24 years old.
Oh, he's so young.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't get to the part where he revealed what he did?
I didn't. So he gets to go to paradise.
Oh, shit.
It's
sorry.
Okay. No, that's not a spoiler for me. I'm sure at some point they all do.
I'm so sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry about that.
I was trying to walk around what part has she not seen?
It's fine.
But
I'll see it
tonight. Sorry. I'm coughing a little, but you know what was really I think it was episode 4 that had me dying. Because
it was so fun. That episode, we were just
I love the challenge.
Cracking up.
The challenge, right?
Was hilarious.
But I just knew he would dip his hand in and pick out the black ball. Because ever since he didn't pick Cutie in the first episode,
it's been downhill.
Yeah, it's been he looks so sad. I literally said in one of my recaps, I was like, just call him Eeyore. He's just like,
and he really did. I love the framing of it when everybody is doing the challenge and he's just on, or everyone's paired up and
so
he's on the side. He's on the side, just watching.
And I could tell he would have been good at it, but I was like, and I watched that episode, and as soon as he picked the black up, the whole time I was just like, this would happen. I don't know why I found that so funny. I think after anything bad happens, they pan to him, and he's just like, dead in the face.
I love when there's moments where I can say, serves you right. But I feel like that punishment has been very long for him.
For this guy. He just can't catch a break, And I knew it was a mistake that he picked Cutie. I was like, she's holding a grudge. Because I was like, she's putting on a show because she wants your vote to save her face now. But bro, if you didn't catch that she was not going to pick you, you're clueless as fuck. But he is young. He's only 24.
Now that you said he's young.
He's so young.
He is not literate in all of those.
Yeah, he can't feel the room yet. And guess what he does for what would you guess that he does for work?
A model.
He's a model!
I mean, so basic.
No wonder he's so dumb. Sorry, no offense to models.
Yes.
But
no
he's
offense.
young and dumb.
Young and, yeah, he poses. For
Yeah. He's like, I was just like, oh, that's so. And the funny thing is the girl guessed it too.
Uh-huh.
She was like, I feel like you're probably a
model.
model. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Where you don't have to speak.
Yeah.
But I liked him because he, first episode and on, after the first episode, I was like, okay, I'm seeing him in a new light because he doesn't talk a big game and is not, because that for me is a little bit of a peeve.
Yeah, okay.
It's irritating.
When they first walked on, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they didn't say anything yet. Or in the, I mean, okay, there was a little bit of the intro or whatever. But when when they first walked on and you didn't form too much of an opinion, who was your visual? Who was your ideal type?
Okay.
Just visually. Just visually, Jay. Ben, are you listening?
I regret this now.
Oh.
But I was most intrigued by Kwani.
Oh, okay. Me too.
Because it's his aura.
Me too. You know, when he smiles, his face reminds me of, you know, the guy from Hospital Playlist?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he has like that, the one that's like kind of like main character.
Yes.
You know, he has that face.
Because he's very ticky hair. He has a unique,
and he always looks like he's up to mischief. I like that, like, I like someone who's entertaining.
I like that too.
And he's tall.
Yes.
And then I thought the look was kind of different, like more like
he's not your cookie cutter pretty boy.
I like the little eyebrow shape. I was like, okay, you hip, you young, whatever. So I too was instantly more drawn to him.
Yes.
Just visually. And then the next would be, it was Minu.
Oh.
But I mean, just visually, I was like, he's tall. He looks like 차분해, calm.
Who's the third guy now on that original, on the island one? I'm blanking.
Jinseok.
Okay.
The short and stout.
So, yes.
I don't personally like visually, but I love his 사투리.
Uh-huh.
Like it turns me on.
For me, when they have 사투리, it forms like a rounder picture. Like, okay, you're kind of like untainted.
Yeah.
But that might be my bias, right?
Well,
but I'm like, okay, so I feel like they're a little bit less playing the game, maybe coming into it a little bit more sincere.
Because it has that country bumpkin like kind of thing. Country mouse versus city mouse, right? But
I really like him.
I do, especially more.
Yes.
Like now he looks too macho for me. But after, he's just so like gentleman-like and very like what you see is what you get.
Yep.
I think that kind of quality I find attractive.
Yeah.
So personality won me over with him.
Yes.
Who else is there in the first Inferno?
That's it. The girls, there's Cutie, and then the Hezhon, who is the tall girl with short hair.
She reminds me of Nadine. From season 2, right? Like she has that kind of sporty girl
very
vibe.
Very intelligent.
Yes.
Like
Ewha University. Ewha
26, so young, very smart.
Great body.
Wow. And she knows it.
She definitely knows it.
Panning shots to her.
And she's like, I think I have the best body, don't you think? I was like, wow, these girls are confident. Who did you think was like the prettiest of them all? Like in the first Inferno.
In the first one. I thought her.
Oh, really? More than Cutie.
Yes, because Cutie has the very typical
manufactured
frozen face.
Plastic.
Because her expressions were very
she's like 진짜로 dull. Like,
no wrinkles, no
I'm not gonna smile, I'm not gonna talk to anybody. But the way she switched up when she got left behind, all of a sudden she had a personality.
Wasn't that funny?
I was like, I cannot wait. This season and the plot twist of there being another, I really like that.
That was shocking.
Really had my jaw on the floor. I was like, I felt like this season, I don't know what the execs told them, but maybe it was like, you guys better really raise these numbers, pull out all the stops, because you're not going to have another season. That's what it felt like, because they did everything they could think of.
They really did. It was like the Inferno felt even more terrible. Like canned chicken and
yeah,
carrots.
I was like, wow, they really kind of, I don't know if they did a survey and took all these notes and were like, yeah, we're gonna make them really feel like they're in hell. Yeah. What did they in the other 2 seasons? I don't feel it was that bad.
No, they had a kitchen.
Yeah.
They had a whole area,
To
like a
cook.
cupboard area
Yeah.
with sink and yeah.
But this is like,
They
okay,
had,
open up the cans and start eating from the can.
Right. And the way, wasn't it so funny? The difference between the 2 islands, how they chopped up the carrot.
Yeah.
The first island, they're trying to eat it whole, like
Yeah.
almost breaking their teeth.
Yeah.
And then it was much more civilized.
Yeah.
Like they cut it into like carrot sticks and they're eating it like, and they're actually enjoying it.
What did you think of the other Inferno, other part of the island?
I thought the girls were a lot stronger, with the exception of Mingyu, the Coast Guard guy. I liked both of the girls. I thought they were very cute.
On the first island?
Sorry, on the second island.
Silent.
So it was the 2 girls, Ha-jung and Xian, the girls who
Oh,
knew
yeah, there's
each
only
other.
2 girls.
There were only 2 girls
Oh,
and
that's
3
right. There's
boys.
only 2 girls.
So what I thought was interesting was
They knew each other.
they knew each other and how they thought they were going to be the only 2 girls
Yeah.
on the island.
And the younger one going like, I'm just more classy than the Sunny.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. You know, initially she rubbed me like a bit in the, oh my God, her chin. It's so extra. It's too much. I can't. What would you do, Jane, if someone you knew was constantly like, oh, kure? Like chin down. I'm like, I don't know.
I would pick up on it right away, and for me, it would put me off.
Yeah, it's too.
Yeah,
I don't even think it looks good. Honestly, it looks like, I don't know what you think is happening, but because it's just so, it's not even, I don't know.
it's impressive because I think it's hard to be that consistent. So this must have been her thing for a while.
Years. It must,
Yeah.
I mean, because it's
Developed.
so embedded.
It's so embedded into her behavior, and so this must be the way she appeals to anyone and everyone.
But it's so like, if I did that, I would get a double chin. I'd be like, Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt. My move is Jabba the Hutt.
It's her eyes too.
Oh, it's
The chin goes down and the eyes go up.
if I saw a girlfriend doing that, I don't know. I'd be like, I'll lift you, let me raise you up.
Like what Shin Young said.
Yeah.
Who I love.
By the way, he is
Kim from Singles
probably
Inferno
the
2.
best addition to
The best decision they made. He's
But
so charismatic. His
has something to
commentary
add.
is spot on.
Yeah, because he's been in it.
he's been in it.
I love how he doesn't like the players.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no.
He
Like,
was a little bit of a player.
exactly.
himself
I
on
think
two.
being one himself, I thought it was funny that he doesn't like the players.
Yeah,
He's like,
and because he's like, I know.
yeah.
I recognize it.
Player recognizes
there.
player.
Yeah.
You know. I thought, okay, can we talk about the judges though?
Yeah.
Those 2 guys at the end could
Uh-huh.
just be one guy.
Yeah.
Like, and if I had to pick, I would just pick the guy at the when you watch the TV right in.
So true.
Like,
Because
what is the other guy at? He's really there for no reason.
I know. So true. Because the 2 women are so different and they have
Yes.
different viewpoints, right?
But even the ladies, okay, the funny one, she can stay because
Shin-yu.
she's funny to just look at. Like she's got these expressions that are like, huh? Like what we're thinking.
Yeah.
The pretty one, there are enough pretty girls on the islands.
Uh-huh.
But if she wasn't pretty, Jane, what would she add to the
Yeah.
show?
Yeah, I think she's so beautiful.
So
I just
beautiful.
love
I'm
looking
pretty
at
sure she
her.
was like Miss Korea
I
or something.
love watching what she's wearing.
That's
and
true.
I think she, maybe she's there because she represents all the pretty girls.
Okay.
Who are used to the
Fine.
attention.
And she's
she can
always
kind of
put
see
together
things from-
well,
yeah,
and she's
from their
very
viewpoint.
all right. Fine, she
Yeah.
is good to look at. I
Yes.
do love seeing what she's got on.
Yeah.
She's very fashion forward. Okay, fine. And the comedy lady's there because
Yes.
she's just comedy from
Yeah,
head to
she's
toe.
so funny.
The 2 guys.
Agreed.
The-
The 2
the-
guys on the end.
Yeah, we only need one,
let's just
especially now
merge
that
it.
Chin Young's there.
Yeah.
Get the left one
Right.
from watching the TV
Yeah.
out of there. He's like,
one of their contracts is going to expire.
it's just, it's like so redundant.
Yeah.
He's not. But anyways, I would be a better host.
You would.
I would be funnier than the funny lady. I could, but I do like her cluelessness. Like she's just like, remember when they first figured out that there's 2 Infernos? She's like,
what is that?
Her head was like spinning. And then she goes, wait, I don't get it. And that reminded me of when I first saw Inception, the movie. I was just like, I don't get. Did you ever watch the reality show Devil's Plan?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I tried.
Episodes. It was so confusing. I was like,
oh, thank God. Because I thought it was because I was just dumb. You found it confusing as well.
Why are the explanations an hour long?
I was like, dude. I watch TV to be relaxed, not be on a fucking like test, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
agreed.
Huh? Who? You had to literally take notes.
Write it down.
How did the contestants even know what's going on? I was so puzzled by it. I was like,
yeah.
I can't. I couldn't do it.
I know.
Past episode 1.
Agreed.
I was like, no, thank you. That's how I
so
felt.
Complicated. It was tiring to watch it.
Yeah. It shouldn't be that exhausting to watch a reality show.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I liked Connie up until end of episode 4.
And
then he said,
that's when he started ranking the girls.
Yeah,
and
he goes,
I like these 3 girls equally.
Yeah,
that was so offensive, and I am so glad that all the hosts, all the MCs called it out.
Yeah.
And so, Ellen, leading up to that, I'm like, I'm so glad they said that, because leading up to that whole episode, I'm thinking, who raised this man?
Yeah.
Because he has no manners.
Yeah.
And who told him that it's okay to talk to people like that?
Yeah.
And treat girls like that?
In the beginning, I was like, I like guys that are very jokey. But he started to cross the line.
Because he is like the type of jokester. I like pranksters too, but he always has to have the last word.
Yeah.
And that annoys me.
And it also started to feel not as like lighthearted fun, but kind of like mean.
Yeah, little like
jabs. It's like, and I've started to actually feel bad for Hajung.
Yes, especially when I'm like, this dude is not gonna make her sleep at the foot of the bed.
I thought so too.
That?
I thought he was gonna pick her up and put her in the bed and just be like, I was joking. Right. He never let up.
No, never let up. And then the way I know the hosts were trying to defend him, saying, oh, he's being considerate now and coming out. And I'm like, that's not considerate. That's like that's exhausting. That's exasperating.
Yeah, and also, like, I know you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, 1950s living? Yeah. Like, you came on a reality show where you're half naked. Like, get over yourself. Like,
my 38-year-old self is yelling at the screen. Like, there are 2 perfectly comfortable,
you could
nice,
talk
luxurious
to her.
beds.
Yeah.
Once you go back to the Inferno, you're going to sleep on the floor.
Exactly. And
just get a good sun.
There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, who... Like, it's not like you're up to any... The way she was like, it's good, right? She was just like, I don't know who this is for.
Yeah.
I love that. I actually found some newfound respect for Hajun, because I didn't think I would like her that much, but the way she... I don't know. Did you see her talk to him yet?
Yeah. I think so.
So there's a part where she addresses...
Okay.
You might have not seen it.
Maybe I didn't see it.
It's really good.
Okay. So I was very impressed by, and this in general for people nowadays on these Korean reality shows, but I was very impressed by the way she communicates and expresses.
Yeah, it's very
clear and healthy. And one thing that I loved was that I did feel there's solidarity among the women.
So you saw the part where the girls sat around
in the room and they're like, "Hold on, what? He said that to you?
How many candies did you get?" Yeah,
and I was all for that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I feel like the girls had a better sense this season. Yes, we're competing against each other, but at the same time, as women, we deserve a certain level of respect.
Yeah, and they can recognize when the guys are being sincere or cocky and just like, hold on, what?
Yeah,
like,
I love when Cutie was like, "지가 뭔데?"
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh,
when they
Cutie's
start
got
realizing
a backbone.
He's making a backup plan.
Yeah.
He's holding me for insurance.
Yeah.
And So I like that they just like 털어내.
Yeah,
like,
laid it all out
on the table.
We see what he's doing. We deserve better than this.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to be smitten with this behavior.
Yeah.
It's absolutely atrocious.
Uh-huh.
And so, but it was very, I don't know. I admire them for this season compared to other seasons. And things are moving so quickly this season.
Are.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love, like, because sometimes I know people like Korean reality shows for this reason too, is like they're more innocent and more not as, you know, like American reality shows have gotten to a point like everything's more.
Right.
So we do like the Korean reality shows in the fact that they're sort of like held back.
Uh-huh.
I do love that when, like you said, when all the hosts were like, this crossed the line.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. And can we explain a little bit, like, culturally, why is that
because we're
offensive?
A country, I mean, culturally, we do honorifics.
Mm-hmm.
Elderly, even by a year, you have to respect and you address people like, you know, if you're older, you acknowledge them. You know, names are very important. Like, I don't know if you saw, I don't think you got to this part. There was a part where the new girl comes in. They're like, why didn't you ask me for my name? Like, it's very important to honor the person, like, in a basic respect way. But for him to all of a sudden, how many episodes? 4 episodes in and be like, oh, this one, that one, and her.
Uh-huh.
It was, I mean, even in English, it's so disrespectful.
Her.
Yeah. Like, what? Like, they have names.
And I'm glad actually, in the circle that was called out.
Yeah, one of the guys was like,
why don't they have names?
Why didn't you say their names?
Uh-huh.
Like, all of a sudden, you forgot what their names were, and they're just bodies to you. But yeah, it was just I loved how all the women were put off.
Yeah.
It was like it was so unanimously bad.
Uh-huh.
All the people in the actual situation felt bad. The women, you could tell their faces were so annoyed. And then all the judges were like, this is not it.
Yeah, no.
I think that really spoke volume because in an American show, I mean, yeah, it would be rude, but no one would really bat an eye like that. But in this Korean culture setting, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hold up. That is not okay. Because I think we are very much an honor-driven society. Like, we have a lot of, like, okay, you have to have a certain level of respect when you're addressing someone.
It was not respectful.
In the slightest.
No.
That, you know, up to that point, I think I gave him a lot of leeway because he's very entertaining.
He is.
Like, and he's quick.
Especially because Ha-jung was matching his energy.
Yeah, and it was, the banter was fun until it suddenly started to feel like he never could let her have anything.
And he got really offended when he asked her a question point blank. Would you rather tomorrow, if it's me or Mingyu, who would you go with?
Yeah, what is that behavior?
It was so petty and juvenile, the way
But he takes forever to answer her questions.
And she's trying to choose her words carefully and explaining, hey, I was not hesitating because, you know, I'm just trying to choose my words carefully, but I can answer you. And he's like, it's too late.
Yeah.
That was an ick. I'm like, ew. So
have you ever met someone like that?
Yeah, I think I have, and it's a huge turnoff.
Yeah. I mean, and he is kind of like Korean man red flag.
Yeah.
Like,
and I said that.
Yeah.
As watching it with Ben, I'm like, red flag.
Yeah.
No.
But like very Korean man. He acts like in some corners like he's a gentleman, but then you can see the misogyny, right? Like,
yes. The way and it comes in the way he really tries to just
tell you what to do.
Petty and has to have the last say, and
that is a very
really did it for me.
And then it kind of, he looks really immature, and then in those moments I was like, you're 36, like in a ajushi kind of way almost.
Very good point.
Yeah.
He's
Like, he acts like he's above them.
Uh-huh.
And, like, he's talking to little kids or something. Which brings up another point where he was asking what the girls' ages were. And both girls were offended.
Both girls were 26.
Yeah, and they were both very offended.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, thinking back, because he's 36, I think he wanted them to be older.
I think so, yes. And because they're so much younger, like 10 years younger, I think that plays into his attitude towards them, which doesn't excuse him.
Right, but I think it triggers his own insecurity about his age, being probably like the oldest on the show, because everybody is like younger. He's the oldest.
Right.
But the funny thing is, so then there's this element where do you think he knows how badly he comes off?
I don't think he knows that.
Yeah.
No.
Because I wish you had seen the conversation between Ha-jung and him. She really goes in on him.
Good.
Yeah, and she's like, do you know how you... And he sits there like a child. Like,
and is he receptive to it?
You can... I mean, from his facial expressions, which were like it looked like his mind was being blown.
That's a 10-year 동생 telling you this.
Yeah, she's like, this was not it.
No.
And she point blank says to him, you know what? I have shown you plenty that I like you. And if that's not enough for you, I'm fine with that.
Oh, good.
It was
good
like,
for her.
She's so good at communicating.
Yeah.
I think you would have been very,
like, that's what I like about this season is they scratch all the itches.
Yeah.
Like, they don't
mince words.
No, they don't mince words. They say it. If there's a misunderstanding, they confront it.
Yeah. Speaking of misunderstanding, Jinseok and Minyoung.
Oh my goodness. So Jinseok is the cafe owner from Daegu, right?
Yeah.
Really buff. And he super likes Minyoung.
Yeah.
And you think she does too. And
she does.
Until
but she wants to play the field.
She doesn't want to be pigeonholed.
Right. And I get that. I kind of understand. Because it's like early. And she might feel she didn't even get to talk to people. So I sensed that. And I thought it was, once he figured that out, I thought it was really nice of him to say, hey, you know what? Did you see this part?
I did see that part. I thought that was very mature of him to say, I think I'm holding you back.
Like, you just feel comfortable. And then she got super defensive. What, you want to see other people? Oh, are you saying you don't like me as much? Is this what it's about? And I was like, oh my God, girl, you crazy.
So you don't like it when you have it, and you don't like the idea of
She
you losing
wants
it either.
to eat her cake, pie, ice cream, all in one sit. Like, it really rubbed me the wrong way. I was like...
The hosts were generous and said, she's under the influence of, a night of drinking.
And then she started crying. And I was like, oh, this is so bad for us women. We look like just crazy. That's like the typical crazy girl that can't, like, know what she wants. Oh, like she wants this. She wants...
And he's trying. I think he would be a very sweet, considerate.
He's so
partner,
sweet.
like whoever he's with.
Yeah.
Right. So he needs
deserves
to be
better.
careful. He needs to be careful because he can easily be with somebody where he will just match everything.
Yeah. And so I could not stand her. I know, which was unfortunate because in the beginning I was like, oh, she's bubbly and she's so sweet. Oh, I heard she is Miss Busan.
Oh, okay.
So very likable. And I was kind of rooting for her because all the girls had ranked her down, but she turned out to come out on top. But then this really put a bad taste in my mouth.
Up to the bonfire where everybody's confronting each other. How many, votes did you get?
Yeah.
I like that she revealed she's, possibly interested in 4 people.
Yeah, I think that was the right time to do it.
That's a great time to do it all in the front.
Made it lighthearted.
Yeah, and I think she should have just accepted it when he confronted her and just said, thank you, and
like, well, I still like
let's
you.
Just go forward and
let's just meet.
See
let's just talk to everyone.
Goes.
Yeah.
But, first she didn't like it because she felt like he was laying claim to her, and then she's trying to lay claim to him by saying...
I was so surprised that she was that peeved about it. I was like, he didn't do anything that
No,
was. He
didn't
just
do
said, "I like
anything
you."
That was
Yeah. And then what else happened in that bonfire? Oh, that guy.
Yes. Okay. The guy who has not.
We said that guy. Do you know his name?
Habin.
Habin.
So he is the guy that I think he is an actor because when we first saw him,
really?
I was like, he looks like an actor.
He does look like an actor.
Yeah.
Habin.
Yeah. Right. Very
not as good as
face. He has a very symmetrical. He has a beautiful face.
Very good face.
A good face. But
did you think he was hot?
No.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost like when you see a good-looking face like that, it's almost like too salesman-y.
Yes. They need to show something else.
Yeah.
That makes them interesting. I think just with looks alone, it's not.
Yeah. Like, I think. Do you think
intriguing.
It's because us Koreans, we're so used to it? Like, with all the plastic surgery, like, we're so used to looking.
Like, show me something else.
Yeah, like, we know you can buy that, but what else you got? You know? I was not intrigued by him at all. Oh.
He didn't say or do anything interesting.
He's a really, like, not a main character.
He's not a main character, but he tries to seize that once he gets votes from all 5 of the women.
Oh, my God. It was so sad.
The way he tried. But what was sad about it?
Well, when he was humbled, when he was walking in, they're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get any candy."
Oh,
I like that.
yes.
Like he was like, I didn't like that. I just didn't. I was like, okay, he's humbled. Mm-hmm. But then the minute he realized he had 5, he was like,
he did a 180.
Flipped the switch, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
That made me like. I was gonna like you. I was kind of like gonna root for you as the underdog, but now I'm like, ew.
Because you can see him. You know, it gave him a boost of confidence at that bonfire.
Never give men confidence. They don't know what to do with it. They go nuts. That he's a lesson that you should keep a man down. Always keep a man down. Kick them until they're down. Never give them a boost of anything.
Why do we? And the thing is, like, when they're humble and have a self-awareness, we like that. That makes them human to us.
Yeah.
And, you know, but the minute you see
look at Kwani,
it's like, no, thank you.
Oh my God. And you just give them a little 5 candies.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even take in the part, like, you're basically everybody's second backup choice.
And the girls mentioned that in their little group.
Like,
and
we're like, okay.
They're like, hold on. I gave him a vote. You did too. Oh my goodness. And they're like, oh, did you notice how confidently he asked me, would you go to paradise if, you know, once he found out that my single vote went to him?
It's so unattractive when you show that you're, I mean, yes, we all know you're playing a game, but it's so unattractive when you show so overtly that you're playing the game.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I don't know what he was doing, walking off by himself. He's an actor. He was waiting for his solo camera moment, I think.
Yeah.
Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
And then at the bonfire, like acting like he's doing all the work. I'm like,
yeah,
that is unhinged behavior. It was just, I don't know if he was vying for. Do you really think he's an actor?
I think so. I think I saw it on, saw one of the articles talking about who everybody is. Yeah, so maybe that's coming up.
And the face that I cannot stand. He hasn't done anything really wrong. Weak.
Oh, Wanik. The real estate
I'm
agent.
Thinking weak.
Weak? Because he's weak?
Or like,
he's not weak. He won the squat challenge.
I know, which was shocking. Did you hear his girl say, I don't know if I was too shocked to be impressed. I was like, same girl, same. I did not see him.
Yeah.
He has such a weak face.
Oh, yeah. He has a very small face.
He has a very small face, and usually that in Korean culture that's considered really a hot thing.
Right.
But for how tall and broad he is, he reminds me of, I don't know, do you remember the old Super Mario movie where there were those bad guys with the small head? And
he looks a little bit out of proportion.
Yeah, okay. It's not just me.
No, yeah.
And then his physical is so strong looking, but then he has like such a
face.
Not even a small face. His face looks weak. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. And Koreans have a lot of like reading the features.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like his maum is 좁아 too.
Oh, like
narrow.
he's like shrunk. Shriveled. He has a shriveled face. He has a prune face. He's such a bitch.
He's not bad looking.
He's not. I even said in a video, he is a good looking man. I recognize that, but
the girl Sheehan that he went on to Paradise with, I thought she's so cute. I think she's so cute. And as I'm watching their date unfold, I'm telling Ben, oh my gosh, she's really attracted
she
to
looks
him.
a lot like Jenny.
She does look
from Blackpink.
like Jenny from Blackpink.
But then when she talks, her I'm very it's because I used to be a photographer, so I'm very cognizant of all the facial features. When she starts talking, her bottom half of the face starts kind of shifting funny. I'm such a bitch. She is very beautiful.
Yeah.
She is undoubtedly very beautiful.
But he's not somebody that I would peg as she would.
I was so surprised.
Attracted to.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
I was surprised that she chose him.
Yes.
And then on the date, she's genuinely feels
she
drawn
did
to him
actually
and attracted
choose
to
him because she liked him.
But she keeps telling him, you're like a robot.
I know. I was like, so are you saying you don't like him? But then she's like, I kind of like that kind of thing. I'm like, I was so confused. But I think she likes Minu better.
Yeah, yeah.
As she's starting to, I think he fits more into, because I do remember at some point.
She said he's close to my ideal type.
Did you notice, I like tall, whatever, but with the puffy face.
Yes.
And then the girls are like, oh, but this one is more of a dino face.
Which I did not know was a thing.
What is Ben? What is Ben? What kind of face is Ben? He's a puppy face.
He's like a sad puppy, right?
Yeah.
A sad.
You're Ben?
Yeah.
Ben, I just said puppy, but she said sad. He's a puppy. He's cute.
His eyes are like downturned.
Oh, yeah. What is Adonis?
He looks like a puppy. He looks like a puppy too, but he has very strong bone structure.
So,
but he's pretty.
Kanye is a dino, right?
Yes. I think dino is more
like.
I think what they mean by dinosaur type face is more masculine.
Oh yeah, that's what I. But it's so funny, and the way that nobody bats an eye as they say it.
I know
dino in America, like dino face.
They're like, I like dino
because
face.
they talk about
puppy face.
Yeah, they talk about face types in this way in Korean culture all the time.
They do.
So it's like, oh, dino face. Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah. What would Adonis would be? I've considered him. I
think he has softer features.
Yeah.
So probably a puppy
I have
face
said
too.
that he is prettier than me.
He's
got
very
the
pretty.
thick, long lashes.
Yes.
He's got he's a small face, softer features than me. So yeah, I'm like, oh, you're the pretty one.
It's also reflective of his personality.
It does match the personality.
Yeah.
I think
calm.
Yeah.
Calming. He has a very calming presence.
He does. 차분해. Yeah, he's very
차분해.
What would you say Ben's personality is?
He's also pretty calm.
He is calm.
Yeah, he's calm.
But he has more.
He can talk and he can. Be. 장난.
Did you say he can talk? Ben, you can talk. Thank God.
Be 말만어. Like he can be chatty, is what I'm saying.
He can be conversational.
Yes.
He can be social.
Yeah.
That's
social,
what you mean.
Social.
Yeah, and Adonis doesn't like to be, but he can be
a little bit more introverted.
But this season, I like it so much more. I think I can see how maybe Korean people might not like it because it's so.
Because they're so direct.
Yeah, so over the top. But even when the guys came out and Hajun was like, ho, 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 ho. I don't remember in the other seasons the girls reacting.
Right.
They were like holding back, but Hajun was like, oh, 괜찮은데? I was like, damn, Shimi.
I mean, they really upped the ante, I think, in terms of casting. And we're going to get some characters on here. And they're also they know what's up. They've seen 2 seasons of this, and they know like, okay, I
am impressed. I like the music choices, the look of the show.
Yeah.
Some people said that they felt, the part that I'm a little bit disappointed was the paradise doesn't look as paradisey. Yeah. Why do you think that is? Some meals look extraordinary, but then other meals look like they just sat in a regular restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's not coming out like abundance or anything.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So,
they really love that blueberry pie in the morning.
Yeah. What was the whole, do you remember the scene? I didn't mango? Mango.
Yeah.
What was that? I didn't understand. I was like, did she not know what a mango was? And then I didn't know why he thought it was so funny. And I don't know why she was like, mango. I'm like, are we missing something? Yeah. But overall, I like the plot twist. I like the timing of, and I was worried that they would keep the island separate for too long. Right. I like that they went right into it. Like, let's bring it together.
Oh, and I really also like that when they bring the 6th girl on, she has a chance to talk individually.
Yes.
Before meeting, without the pressure of being there with everyone else, to have a one-on-one conversation. So
you
did
see the 6th girl.
I did see the 6th girl. So we stopped watching after that. I don't think I saw the part where she joins everyone else. But I imagine that happens later in the episode.
Did I finish it? Oh, it did not happen at that episode.
Okay.
But I wanted to tell you, so she's studying to be an anchor.
That's cool.
Yeah. But from her voice, I wouldn't have thought that, right? I mean, because she has
she kind of had a baby voice, right?
안녕. 안녕하세요.
Right. 잘 어울려요.
But then they show a video of her talking. 오늘의 날씨는. I'm like, whoa.
And it goes down, lower register.
Yeah.
That's very common.
Yeah.
That's very common.
That's so interesting, Jane, because you have the same voice.
Yeah.
I can see your announcer voice. Like, you already talk like an announcer voice. Your voice is
always. I'm trying to make my voice.
No, your voice is very professional. I mean, just like you're always. But this girl,
I had colleagues like that though, where their speaking voice and then their
she was a different person. Even the announcer or even the hosts were like, "Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know she had that lower register." Yeah, so that was it. And she also is a yuhade, which is like a prestigious women's university.
Right.
So I was like. So these contestants
they have everything. They have the looks, they have the brains, they're entertaining.
Yeah, they've got it going on. Although Kwani, I do wonder how big of a deal is it to be a basketball player?
Nobody recognized him.
Right. Is it because they're not watching basketball?
Maybe they don't. Yeah, maybe they
also,
don't
is 36 kind of old to be playing basketball professionally?
I think it's on the older end.
Right? Yeah, it's not a young, fresh player.
Yeah.
But out of the panel, only one guy knew who he was.
Right.
And none of the people know.
Nobody else knew.
Yeah. So.
And neither of the girls that he went on a date with knew.
Do you think at this point, Kanye's going to end up with anybody?
I think there might still be but I didn't see that conversation with him and Hajong. I was thinking there might be a chance that they still
so they didn't show how he reacted to it.
Okay.
I mean, they just show okay, so here's the thing about Kanye that would you say he's a narcissist? Not quite, right?
Not quite.
Yeah. I do think so when she confronted him, I got the feeling he was kind of like and he was trying to defend himself. And then there was a point where he was like, I just thought that I was letting them know, giving them the heads up. I've got my attraction to you. I think from his point of view, it did seem like I thought that was me making a move. And then she was like, yeah, but do you realize to do it in a public setting like that, you made us look like just a bunch of meat. And you're ranking us. It's so disrespectful. And you could, and his face was like, it looked like he was processing what she was saying, and he didn't know that he had done that, kind of. And I was like, oh my God, I think he's just an idiot.
Does that make it any more forgivable?
I think that if he really, I think he's thinking like a basketball player.
He really does.
Yeah, because he thinks timing is coming to a close. He wants to make a shot. You know, he wants to like get out his place. He's thinking in like percentages.
Yes, yes.
He's like, okay, I got to win this game.
Play, that play, that
yeah,
play.
what are my best chances of winning the game? I want to let the people that I'm interested in know that I'm interested in. So and then he's like, now it's their turn. So then he was telling her like, now it's your turn to make the move. And she was like, nobody wants to be approached like this.
No.
So I think, and then I don't know if maybe it's also because he's so used to girls approaching him. Possibly. So he's like, I did what I'm supposed to do. I felt kind of, which was, I mean, you know me, I don't ever feel sorry for men, but I felt kind of sorry for him. Like, is he this clueless? Like, is he just kind of like, he thinks he's doing his very best, but it's obviously terrible, you know?
Maybe he has no women in his life to correct him or suggest.
Here's what I think.
Some pointers.
You know how like initially, if you think someone is, I'm very big on whether someone, well, in the result. I mean, you know, that what is the saying for people who make apologies? It's not about the intent.
It's about the impact.
It's the impact, right? I will say he seemed genuinely clueless. I think, okay, how about this?
It annoys me when the argument is always, that's not my intent.
I know, and I hate that too. But okay, let me reframe it for you. We're
not going to make assumptions because
yeah. Let me reframe it for you because I think I have a perspective. But okay, if you knew Kwani genuinely, well, here's the thing: usually when people say that, I don't believe them. But I actually believe him in this particular case. I think he genuinely didn't know that he was coming off disrespectful and abrasive. I think if you really for sure 100% knew, he was thinking in his mind, this is how I have to get their attention in the short amount of time. I'm running out of time. I think he also felt a fire under his butt with Cutie because he never had a chance to talk to her, and he was like, "How do I not
chance to tell?"
Yeah. So if you genuinely saw that it was not his intent, and he really thought he was making moves in a way to let the girls know he's interested in them, how do you feel about him?
I would be willing to give him one more.
Okay. Because I sense when he was listening to her, the wheels in his brain like
finally started turning.
Yeah, it was like, oh, that's not what I was doing. I thought I was making my first move, and we have and so
I could see that.
Yeah, so I really liked how she schooled him. She really laid it out,
and you could tell she was not one to just. And she said, "I'm gonna." Bring this up to
and
him.
I love that. You know, I have to say, Hajung has impressed me more and more with each episode because in the beginning I was like, oh, I hate bitches like this who think they're the best and da-da-da. But she backs up the she says. Yeah. She does what she says she's going to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you know.
Yeah. I think what made us hesitate about her is we're not used to seeing somebody like that.
That's true. Somebody being so like direct and being confident. And, you know, generally speaking, when women are confident, it's perceived as extra cutting. Like for men, it's considered masculine and aligning with their energy. Yeah. But for women, and myself included, I feel bad. But there was a different way. I didn't mind too much the way Hajung did it versus the way Cutie did it in the first episode.
Yeah.
Cutie rubbed me the wrong way, because it was her confidence all came from just looks. Yes. You know, and Hajung was like, I'm the package.
There's something still a little bit interesting that we'll have to wait and see about Cutie. She seems like she reserves like 10% when it comes, and all the other girls seem pretty open.
Yeah, she naturally seems to hold back.
She holds back, which is fine. That, you know, everybody's
got their own pace.
But there's something I think it's something to keep an eye out.
Yeah,
for.
I do think in a good way.
Yeah,
I think there's more layers to her. Like maybe
Mhm.
she does actually want to meet someone,
Mhm.
and it's not just like I'm on this
She's
show.
not revealing all her cards.
Yeah, and she's like, why do I have to do
Yeah.
this? Why do I have to do
Mhm.
that? I like when Kanye was like, you didn't approach me, and she was like, why
Was
do I
I
have to
supposed
approach you?
to? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, good for her. I
Mhm.
like that. Like, why do I have to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I'm beginning to see a side of her I like, which
Yeah.
I didn't think
Yeah.
I would. But who do you think, if you had to pick one pair?
Oh. I would have said Jinseok and Minyoung, but I don't know.
I know.
How that's
I
gonna
don't think
pan
I
out
see that
anymore.
happening
They seem
anymore.
Strong. I'm thinking possibly Sheeun, the Jenny girl,
Uh-huh.
and
Uyuk?
maybe Minu.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Minu.
I think so, because I think
they
her
have a
and-
chance. I think.
I think Shion and Uyuk have already kind of fizzled.
Wanik. Yeah.
Wanik. I
He's
keep
so-
calling him Uyuk.
He's so weak that you can't remember his name.
Whack. When I think of his face,
Yeah.
I go, what? I have such a visceral response to his face. I hate it.
You know who Ben did also?
He did?
Yeah,
I don't know. I
like
like,
a visceral reaction.
like it puts me in a bad mood. Whack. Okay. I think for
well,
me,
we're excited to see the rest of the season and see.
I'm
how
gonna
it
say
pans out.
Kanye and Hajong.
Kanye and Hajong.
I
you
think
they will
only
make
she
it
can
come out
handle
of it?
him.
Yep, I think that's true
That
too.
I think,
yeah.
and then they'll realize that and be like, okay, he'll keep
Uh-huh.
me on my toes, and
Uh-huh.
she's like, she'll
Uh-huh.
wrangle me in.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Okay, until next
All
time.
right. 응답하라
Yeochin.